Swordfish? Swordfish? Everybody's saying swordfish. All right. All right, no worries there. The Creole swordfish. So let me talk about the sauce then while I'm doing this. The sauce for the Creole swordfish is um, a sherry lobster cream sauce. Need some shark meat and some good gumbo. Did you know the only shark meat allowed to be served or cooked in the United States is the mako shark? And the reason that is because most sharks, when they secrete differently, right? But the makos is it doesn't allow anything to stay in the body. It fully empties itself out when it lets itself go. Much like any other animal, it doesn't clog and get backed up as easily. And in some cases, there are a lot of sharks when they eat, they just eat and eat and eat, and that's how they get bigger. But that's also how why they're getting bigger is because they're not letting anything out. Boss lady, I see you. But shark is good though. Mako shark is actually really good. Let me finish cutting. I got two heads of lettuce to cut, and then I will get into showing you guys how I am doing the swordfish. Now, let me go back to the sauce. The sauce also has like a bruschetta in it, so it's like a lot of fresh tomatoes, a lot of fresh onions that I kind of throw in at the end. Um, but what you're doing when you're making the sherry lobster sauce is what I did was I took some garlic, some oil. You roast and cut that and saute that off like you normally would. And then I added sherry wine, sherry cooking wine specifically. And then I added heavy cream. And then I took a lobster base, because I didn't have any lobster shells laying around. Lobster bases you can typically find at your local store. Um, for the most part, you're going to be looking for, I want to say they're a dry mix in the store. What we have here is a paste that I use. Totally not hungry right now. Right. All right, let me get this board out of my way. Clean off my knife. All right, so now that I got that done, let's get into the swordfish. Uh, as y'all know, I use a lot of butter, a lot of wine, in my cooking. This is no different. These lids are on here just to get it hot faster. Like I said, I came in late, a lot later than I wanted to. First time I heard that backfire, I thought the stove was gonna blow up, but it's actually a setting on here for constant and off and whatnot. And I just got used to it. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna want to do is, if you're in a professional kitchen, wear gloves. We're gonna open this sucker up. Your swordfish fillet, cryovac. They're all cryovac, so they they have a longer lifespan. What's good, J. Luke? I see you all coming up in here. What's good with you? How's your weekend going? So, with the Creole swordfish, pretty much anything Creole, not always, not always, okay? But 75% of the time, it's gonna have Cajun. So we're gonna Cajun this baby up. I don't know why I took my gloves off in the first place. Of course, season both sides, as always. And then we're gonna grab saute pan, get that on the stove with some butter, a little bit of olive oil. And the reason why you put olive oil in it, the reason you put olive oil in it is that way the butter will not burn, or it'll take a lot more for it to burn. Just a little bit of olive oil, butter as always. Get that on the pan, on the stove, get the flame on. We're also going to set up our shrimp that's going to go along with it. That too is going to be Cajun as well. But we're going to take our time with the shrimp because shrimp cooks so quickly. The swordfish takes a little while longer. But we are going to season it on the same plate because it is seafood and the seafood can be not cross contaminated that way. All right, so we're going to season it just like we did with the sword. Have that on the same plate, ready to go. Season both sides. All right, see now our pan is starting to smoke. And that is the perfect signal that it's ready to go into the pan. So we're going to do just the swordfish right now. Pan is nice and hot. We're going to let it sit on that one side for probably about 2 minutes, 2.5. Nice, making me hungry. I'm ready to cook now. Sorry, man. You're always want to keep like a subtle eye on your food every so often because sometimes it will cook faster than what you think it's going to cook at. Like what did I say? 2 minutes? I'm already ready to flip it in 30 seconds. All depending on how hot you get the pan, how hot the pan is. Always keep an eye on your pan when you're sauteing. Flip it to the other side. We're gonna let it go for about 30 more seconds. Then we're gonna pop it in the oven for it to finish in the oven. The oven I have at 400 degrees, in case you are wondering. Reason for that, a lot of cooking I do is always at 400 degrees, just because I'm cooking at a volume and I'm cooking fast and I'm trying to get the food out. Get my handy dandy towel. All right, we're gonna let that cook. And while that's cooking, we're gonna take our other saute pan here, a little bit of butter, a little bit of olive oil, We're gonna get that on the stove. Start doing our shrimp. I don't think I'm gonna do sides today for you guys. With sides for this kind of dish, I would probably do like black beans and rice or something of that nature. Um, you're not with something with a Creole dish. You're not really thinking mashed potatoes. You know what I'm saying? So there's always that to keep in mind. You want to have a nice balance with the food that you're preparing. All right, our pan's starting to smoke. Giving my Creole sauce a stir here, making sure it's all evenly hot. So when you're making going back a little bit, when you're making a sauce that has any kind of wine or any kind of alcohol in it, you want that wine and that alcohol to reduce. In a sense, you're almost cooking the alcohol out of it. And at that point, it's more for a flavoring. Make sure they're not sticking. Woo! Didn't want to come off the stove. All right, and then next, what were we doing? We're doing the pork. So I'm going to start the pork while we're waiting for the swordfish, which has a minute, minute and a half. We'll pull that out. It'll be done. So for the pork, the Caribbean pork, man, we marinated it in blended oil, and Caribbean jerk seasoning. If you don't know what Caribbean jerk seasoning is, go to your store and read the back of the bottle. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But there's a lot of different components in it. Like even if you look at the back of this one, it says spices, dextrose, caramel color, chives. It's not too specific, but a lot of it, if you look it up, it's more herby, earthy, spicy. Got a little kick to it. I think we're gonna come back to the pork because we're gonna let my stove top and my grill cool down a little bit because I know it's hot as hell. And to cook that pork on there right now is just gonna burn. Okay, so with that in mind, let me go get the swordfish out as I'm losing my head today. give you guys some nice plates to look at. And the reason why I'm calling this a bruschetta topping, or at least when I call it a bruschetta topping in the restaurant here, it is because it's getting fresh diced tomatoes and onions, which I don't have on my line. There they are. So, plating wise, it's whatever side that you think is better or looks better. To me, I think the side we had flat down while it was in the oven looks better to me. Put that right there dead in the middle of the plate. Then we're going to take our bruschetta mix. Let me bring all this over here. Well, somewhat over here. Bring my bruschetta mix. Now you can leave it cold because typically, or what I'm thinking of when I do this is the sauce. The sauce is so hot that it's going to warm, but you still want that crisp, fresh bite of a tomato. You don't want, something that's been cooking in the sauce for hours and hours. It's all mushy and the flavor's there, but it's not, it's not that crisp, fresh taste. And then we're going to take our shrimp and move this crap out of the way. Oh. And what we're doing right here is we're locking them in together for presentation purposes, crossing them into one another, like such. Then we're going to place them right on top. So this is our Creole swordfish with bruschetta topping. I'm probably gonna end up eating one of them Cajun shrimp real soon. Tell you that. Facts. All right. So we've given the grill a few minutes to calm down because it was rip roaring hot. We're gonna take our pork loin that we marinated with oil and Caribbean seasoning. Go back up, laptop. Put that on the grill with. When you marinated something with oil and you're putting it on the grill, you gotta be very, very careful of flare-ups. Fortunately for me, I'm putting it in a little bit cooler of the side of the grill, so it's not gonna be flaming up as much. Also, the the rub and the oil have soaked in because it's been marinating for a few days now, about 2 days. And as you see, I did a 45-degree angle one way. Got my nice lines on there. flip it 45-degree angle the other way. Shout out to everybody in here still, man. I appreciate you guys.
Now,
Now,
this is
this is
definitely
definitely
something
something
you
you
can
can
easily
easily
cook at
cook at
home,
home,
no
no
problems.
problems.
I would
I
even
would even
highly
highly
recommend it.
recommend it.
It's
It's
simple, it's
simple, it's
quick.
quick.
Grilling
Grilling
it
it
to
to
get
get
that
that
grill
grill
flavor
flavor
into the
into the
pork,
pork,
but we're
but
going
we're
to
gonna
finish it
finish
in
it
the
in the
oven.
oven. By all means, when you're at home, you can finish it on the grill. I know now that it's getting colder out, not a lot of people are all about that. Um, so going right into the oven is fine too.
There
There
is
is
the
the
broiler
broiler
method
method
that
that
you
you
can
could
do.
do. So now we got those nice diamond marks on with the crisscross, or some people call them choo-choo tracks, or I've always called them diamonds because they look like diamonds. See what I mean? Got some nice
Diamonds
diamonds
on
on
it.
there. We're gonna let this finish in the oven. Now it's not gonna take long. I would guesstimate about 3 to 5 minutes. So, anybody
Got
got
questions?
questions about anything? Like how what they want to see, what they want to cook, what they want me to cook, like ideas, whatnot? Yeah,
Angel, what's
sure.
good,
What's
my
good, my
dude?
dude?
How are
How
you?
are you?
Welcome in.
Welcome in.
Right now,
Right
we
now we
got
got a
a
pork loin in
oven
the
that
oven
we're
that we're
finishing
finishing
up.
up.
The
The
Caribbean
Caribbean
pork
pork
loin.
loin. We
We already
already
did
did
the
the
Creole
Creole
swordfish.
swordfish. Let you get a shot at that. Mm. Mm. I'm about to eat that shit right now. I'm actually about to eat that shrimp though.
You
Mercy
said your
said your
food
food
looks
looks
absolutely
absolutely
delicious.
delicious.
She
She
would be
would
in
be
here,
in
but
here,
is
but is
doing
doing
updates
updates
and
and
such.
such.
Uh,
Ah,
gotcha,
gotcha,
gotcha. No
gotcha. No
worries, no
worries, no
worries.
worries. You guys count as one to me anyway. You guys are a team, a unit. I had to grab myself some water. Check my demi to make sure my demi is nice and hot. Just let you guys get a shot of this demi before I put it on the plate. Because like I said, when I made the demi marmalade or demi a la, actually, if you really want to get fancy with it, you would call it a
A
a
la
la
orange.
orange demi.
Busy
Busy
weekend?
weekend?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
behind
behind
today. I
today. I
told you I
told you I
came
came
in
in
late.
late.
I
I
meant to
meant
be
to be
here
here
like
like
at
at
least
least
an
an
hour
hour
ahead of
ahead of
time to
time to
set up
set
and
up and
get
get
all
all
this
this
ready.
ready and not have to worry about all of this.
But I
But I
have
have
no
no
help
help
today.
today. which is sucks. But we'll make do, as we always do. Dr.
Hi,
Ty,
here I'm
here I'm
Brandon.
breaking. I
Got you
got
up.
you up.
Thank you,
Thank you,
man.
fam.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you.
you. Gonna give the pork another minute. See, I'm very how I have my shit set up. Like I got my wine, boom. My bottled stuff, boom. My seasoning, boom. My other seasonings that I use but I don't use at the same time, all up top and organized. Like called
Easy
Beezer
Pots.
Pots. Like
A lot
a
of
lot of
chefs are
chefs are
anal.
anal.
They don't
They
like
don't like
anal.
anal.
They're
They're
anal
anal
retentive
retentive
about
about
how they
how
want
they
their
want their
kitchen
kitchen
set
set
up
up
and
and
how they
how they
want
want
things
things
done.
done. Mike
Fuck
is
on
fucking
my
with my non-existent half-ass beard. All right, so I'm about to go pull out the pork loin, and we are going to plate the pork loin. So this is the demi that I spoke about a couple of times. This is a very good pairing with Caribbean when you're trying to do like Caribbean seasoned
steak,
steak,
Caribbean
Caribbean
season,
seasoned
pork.
pork. Spot on.
But
Look,
let's
dog, let's
go,
go,
dude.
dude.
It's
It's
okay.
okay,
I
okay.
don't.
I don't.
Must
Must
have
have
disconnected.
disconnected.
Chef
Chef
Hat,
hat.
hi, I got
Hi, I
my
got my
chef
chef
hat
hat
with me,
with me,
bro.
bro.
I
I
left it
left
at
it at
home.
home.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
refund you.
refund
I'm
you.
gonna
I'm gonna
refund you
refund you
those.
those.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
refund you
refund
those,
you
and
those,
I'm
and
gonna
I'm gonna
send you a
send you a
few
few
more.
more. I don't
I have my
have
chef
my
hat
chef
here
hat
with
here
me
with me
today,
today,
unfortunately.
unfortunately.
Like I
Like I
said, I
said,
was
I
in a
was in a
rush. I
rush. I
came in
came in
late.
late. I was not.
I'm
I'm
not
not
even
even
fully
fully
set up
set up
yet for
yet
my
for my
dinner.
dinner tonight.
But
But
I
I
wanted to
wanted
be
to
here
be
for
here
you
for you
guys.
guys,
I
and I
wanted to
wanted to
show
show
you
you
guys
guys
some
some
shit.
shit. All right. So now, I mean,
Obviously, they're
obviously they're
not
not gonna look like this when I go to serve them for dinner tonight because of the fact they're gonna have sides. A lot of them are gonna have like vegetables,
double
double
veg,
veg,
double
double
starch.
starch, whatever you would want. Oh, thank you for them bits, Buck Dog. But this
This is
is
the
the
finished
finished
pork
pork
loin
loin
with
with
our
our
a
a
la
la
orange
orange
demi
demi
glaze.
glaze. And Luck Dog, you missed this one. You missed our Creole
Swordfish, so I'm
swordfish.
gonna
So I'm gonna
bring that
bring that
back over
back
for
over
you
for you
guys.
guys.